My name's Neal Rosenberg. I'm the hatchery group leader stationed out of Spooner for the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, and I have a young guest here today with me, Christian, and maybe explain where we're at today.
Well, we happen to be at the Chippewa Flowage here in Sawyer County, and we've been fishing all weekend with, well, not much success, but
Yeah.
we're trying to see what we can get.
So what island are we on? We're camping, obviously. People can see that we're camping.
Yep, we're on Little Banana Island.
Little Banana Island, and behind us you can see is Pine Island back there, and actually I think there was a boat back there fishing. Tell the folks how we met.
Well, we met at a hatchery tour in 2017, and I went to the Adopt a Musky program back in 2016
Yep.
and adopted a few, and that's how I guess we kind of met.
Yeah. So you adopted some muskies.
Yeah.
So where do those muskies are from the Chippewa Flowage, right?
Yeah.
So we were hoping maybe we'd catch one this weekend. So we're out here fishing. We got about another day to fish, and we haven't seen a fish yet, have we? It's been tough.
No,
As you can see, the weather's beautiful. It's been pretty windy, but it's calmed down quite a bit, but maybe we'll see what happens. So obviously you like to fish, right? How old are you?
I'm 12.
12 years old. Tell us maybe how you got involved in musky fishing.
Well, it started off how most people's kind of story did. The original time that I, first saw a muskie was, I was maybe 7 years old, and I was just pan fishing off the dock, and I actually had one follow in, and I did a few figure eights, got scared, and actually ran away. But
Really? And you saw that fish and that got you hooked? Literally hooked?
Yeah.
All right. Well, how did you get, who took you for the first time, or did you go by yourself, or?
I went with one of my neighbors. His name is Bob.
Okay.
And we went fishing, and the story is he actually caught a 50-incher out of the lake that I was on at the time.
Yeah.
And he and my mom happened to know him.
Okay.
And we just called him, and we went fishing the very next day.
Wow. Very good. That helps to know somebody. Well, another thing is, I've kind of heard a rumor. Have you ever worked with any DNR fisheries employees before? I kind of heard that you volunteered a little bit or helped out.
Yeah, I volunteered with Aaron Cole and some of the guys from that crew, and we did some fyke netting, and that was kind of, it was fun getting to hold those fish and stuff. And
so Aaron Cole, like you mentioned, he's a DNR fisheries biologist. He's Barron and Polk County biologist. So, well, that's kind of cool. 2000, what do you think? 17, 18, right around there?
Actually, both years in a row, we
Yeah. Well, that's pretty neat. Actually, I have a little audio from Aaron. I think you'd like to probably hear it. How's that?
Yeah, sounds good.
So let's listen.
Back in 2017, we were doing a muskie survey on Bone Lake, a population estimate for adult muskie out there, and we were setting a net, and one of the technicians found a bulldog muskie lure on the bottom of the lake. So we retrieved that bait, and usually the baits that we find out there when we're doing field work are pretty weathered. They've been in the lake for a while or used hard. This one we pulled up and looked nearly new. Figured somebody might have just lost it. So then which is pretty cool. Craig was pretty excited that he found it. And then this guy on Bone Lake that we know named Bob, we told Bob about the bait and told him approximately where we found it. And I think he said something like, I think I know a guy that just lost one. And anyways, he must have asked Christian, and sure enough, it was Christian's bait that he would have lost days before we found it.
Wow.
Yeah, so then, one of the next days, Bob brought Christian out with his boat, and they trailed us around out on the lake as we were checking our nets. And I think Christian had the time of his life watching us, pull up these nets and process the muskies out of each net and all that.
Yeah, I imagine for a young guy like that.
Yeah, so yeah, it was, we figured out pretty quick. Christian was very into muskie. He knew a lot about muskie and muskie baits and all that. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, so
He's very passionate, about fishing.
It actually is. I have a picture. Actually, I'm showing right now. I think it's 2017 on Bone Lake. You actually have him in the front of the boat with you, and you guys are both holding a muskie. So.
Yep. Yeah, he briefly stepped on our boat for the photo.
Yeah. Yeah, we could see the fyke net right there in the front of the boat. So it all started with finding a bait on the bottom of a lake, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, that's crazy. Well, it sounds like maybe then 2 years then, 2017 and 2018, he's kind of went out and watched you guys process some fish. And
yeah, he came out with us again in 2018.
Okay.
Same thing, followed around in Bob's boat. Yeah, he, we do a muskie booth, DNR muskie booth at a lot of the muskie expos, and I was staffing the one at Wausau, and Christian happened to have the booth next to us. Him and his sister, they're selling stuff. He was selling muskie baits, and his sister was selling cookies.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Yep. You gotta have cookies when you muskie fish.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's pretty neat. All right. Well, appreciate sharing that story with us.
Yeah.
So you're telling me this is almost too good to be true? That you guys actually met over a muskie bait that he found on the bottom of the lake. Now, you know what the next question is that I'm going to have for you. Do you still have that muskie bait?
I actually have it right here. Here's.
You got it. Are you serious? Look at this, folks.
Kind of dropped it there.
Wow. And that's the bait that they found that was laying on the bottom of the lake.
Yep, it's got a few battle scars.
Yeah.
Of course, now it's got holes in it. You can even see the lead through there. It's got stitches and stuff. I've had to melt the tail a few times.
Well, here, talking about baits, tell us what you do when you're not muskie fishing. Give us a little idea.
Well, I happen to make a few baits myself.
Yeah.
And
you bring any along? Are we fishing with some of those baits?
yeah, we were. Here's one. This one's called the Bomb.
Okay.
It's a bait I make, and I like to sell them, and this is kind of how they look. Here's a kind of close-up
Yeah.
shot. I'll see if I can get that right.
So you mentioned that you sell them.
Yeah.
I mean, how do people, if they're interested in maybe purchasing one of your baits, where are they going to go to find one?
Well, go to Raleigh and Helen's muskieshop.com/bucktails.
Okay.
or /new items. You should be able to find it under those two categories.
So do you have like a business name, or is this like a business for you? Or are you starting off?
It's see, I'm not sure if
Yeah, hold it up here.
it's called Hooked on Musky Baits. There's my business card.
Okay.
If you're trying to get a hold of us, you can get a hold of me at all these letters are in lowercase. hookedonmuskybaits@gmail.com, or contact me at 715-554-4994.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, you'll put some of that information down at the bottom of the video. How's that?
Sounds good.
So I've got to say that, it's been 18 years since I musky fish, believe it or not, which is, I'm kind of embarrassed to say that, but you've actually inspired me to get back into it, grab the rod again, and that's why we're here this weekend. A beautiful weekend, casting for some muskies. And so Is there anything else that you'd like to tell anybody
Well, if
watching this video?
if say you're a beginner or you're a kid or something,
Yeah.
the key with musky fishing is find somebody, you know, if you don't have like the equipment to go do it, just ask around, see if somebody will take you out, because, you know, especially for the youth, people are trying to get kids into musky fishing.
Yeah.
Like, because there is, you know, less and less, you know, kids my age who are really getting into it. And, you know, I can only name a few other people my age who are actually...
Yeah, it's kind of an expensive sport, or could be,
Yeah.
to get into it. So what you're saying is, you know, if they're interested in maybe trying it, to maybe go to a local bait shop and ask if there's somebody that could help them out, or actually, you know, anybody out there listening who's interested, you can go to the Friends Group website, spoonerhatchery.com, and just send an email to that website and say, you know, I've never tried musky fishing. I'd like to be maybe partnered with somebody that could, you know, maybe show me how to do it. Yeah, it's a good way to do it. I guess what we should probably do just to wrap this up is, for more information, you know, Christian actually mentioned about adopting some muskies. If anybody's interested in adopting muskies that have been stocked into the Chippewa flowage here where we're at, go ahead and visit spoonerhatchery.com. That's the Friends group. It's fish, friends into Spooner Hatchery. And you can actually order and adopt right online or get a hold of somebody. And what about your baits? One more time. We may actually put some of your information on Friends Group website too. People can click a link. And what's the name of your business again?
Hooked on Musky Baits.
Okay.
And just if you're ever interested, you can go on Facebook. We have a Facebook group. We have a page, but there's nothing on there.
Yeah.
So go to the group, and you do have to request a join, and I'll approve you as soon as I can. And you do have to answer the questions, so just make sure you do that, and I'll let you in.
All right, sounds good. Well, appreciate the time you had spent today, and we'll go. Why don't we get back out fishing again? What do you say?
Oh, they aren't moving slow.
When the fish don't bite, you bring out the peanuts.
Yeah.
Sure, we can. Thanks. All right, it's 3 o'clock, October 9th. All right, Christian, tell us what we just saw. Your dad saw something. What was it?
Well, we're just we're trolling through this channel here on the flowage, and my dad spotted a bear. And right after that, I just happened to get snagged. So we turned around, and yesterday I got snagged in about the exact same spot. And that's the lure I lost sitting right there.
No kidding. We came back here to look at the bear track and actually look at the bear inside the den. See the den? Right over your shoulder. Point at it right there. Yeah, you ready? No kidding. We came back and that bear was going to come down here and get your bait.
Yep.
What is the odds of that? Bring that back. Show us that. Yeah, isn't that something?
Neal, you got your leader back too.
Yeah.